Princeton High School on a Wednesday night, and we got some women's high school hoops. The Mason Comets pay a visit to Princeton. A matchup for the top of the GMC standings. Princeton Vikings currently 9-0 in GMC play. The Comets only suffering one loss. That was to Lakota East on the second game of the season. So this one's an important one tonight. I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Evan Amazon. Evan, what do you like in this matchup?
Well, two very good teams, as you mentioned, Ben. Of course, two one-loss teams in the year. The Comets, at the beginning of the year, kind of struggled against Lakota East, but they've really picked it up since then, winning 10 in a row. And for the Princeton Vikings, they have one loss as well, but it was really a win against M&D, where they won by over 20, and they had to forfeit due to kind of ineligible player. And but that's super impressive from Princeton, beating a team like M&D, who just dominated Cincinnati basketball and Ohio basketball these last couple of years, and Princeton's coming in this game nationally ranked right now.
Yeah, Mason wins a tip with Kyla Oldacre, and that's something you're going to see a lot this season. A lot of size, 6'6". She's the University of Miami commit, excuse me. A lot of times around here you hear Miami University commit, but no, she's going to the U, the one in Florida.
Yeah, it's 6'6". Gets a lot of rebounds, putbacks inside, and Oldacre, a very big matchup for her. She's going against her former team, Princeton.
Two sloppy plays from both sides, and Mason kind of calmed down, gets to take it underneath out of bounds, and Princeton coming with a weak press, just a little man-to-man. That's Parrish, had trouble with it though, gets it to Rezic. Little too much contact up at the top. That's going to be a foul on Soleil Williams, and she's the story for Princeton, the leading scorer for them, 24.7 points per game. And she's the only Viking to average one of the only two Vikings average double-digit scoring so far this season, and the only with above 20.
And she's first in GMC in points, and she's really played great all year. So if the Comets can get her in foul trouble, that'd be a huge advantage.
Oldacre taking it up. You're going to see her back down a lot, even from the three-point line, but she loses it there. A good defensive play there from Princeton, and Dee Carter-Hartley, the leading rebounder for the Vikings.
Yeah, smart play by Carter-Hartley, coming over on the double team. That's what you have to do against Kyla. In one-on-one, Oldacre will beat you every time in the post.
A three's going to be taken here and missed from Williams. She talked about her first shot of the game. Play out of bounds. Nice job by Oldacre throwing it off the Viking. It'll be Mason ball.
Yeah, pretty good shot from Williams. She's definitely capable of knocking down the three. A good job by Oldacre, trying to hustle, get the rebound, the Comets keep possession. So far, 90 seconds in and no score from either squad.
Oldacre, strong move going up top, not going to be able to finish, but that foul's going to be on Kendall Wilson. And Mason will have a shot at the first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, Wilson doesn't usually start every game. She's getting the start so far, and that's just a tough matchup down low. Smart play to foul Oldacre, not give up the easy bucket. Wilson only 5'9", is not going to be able to guard Oldacre at 6'6" down low.
Oldacre too strong on her first free throw attempt. That's one area she needs to improve going forward into the season. And two ways that teams really contain Kyla Oldacre as she makes a second free throw is getting her in foul trouble and also fouling her a lot.
Yeah, something she's definitely worked on. She's improved throughout the year, but still a little inconsistent from the free throw line.
How about the putback there from Carter-Hartley? She's going to be the closest to matching Oldacre in size on this Princeton team, and she uses her size to her advantage there.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a less of advantage for the Comets with Carter-Hartley at 6 foot, and like you said, leading rebounder.
Talk about some size. Kyla Oldacre inside now for the Comets. If she gets going, it could be dangerous for this Princeton team. Like you said, nationally ranked. But this is a Mason team that can definitely put up a fight and make it a good game. They're going to call a foul on Oldacre.
Yeah, nice three from the corner off a miss, and Carter-Hartley just there to get the rebound. She's been doing all year, and the Comets sticking to their bread and butter, going inside. And I'm sure Carter-Hartley's not used to getting post up down low at 6-0, but she will this game with Oldacre at 6'6".
And another free throw miss. This time it's from Princeton, and Carter-Hartley
this game could come down to who's going to make more free throws out of Oldacre and Carter Hartley, because both of them are going to be at the free throw line a lot this game.
Oftentimes in those top of the standings matchup, that's the case. Which team can shoot free throws better? We saw it on the men's side with this Princeton team when they went up against Lakota East last week. They missed a free throw to win the game and sent it into overtime, where East was able to capture that victory. Rosano now, she'll try backing down. She's got some size too. The kick out Parrish has had a really good game the last few games. Can't connect from three, but how about the turnaround from Rosano getting on the board for the Comets?
Gabby Rosano struggled a little bit coming off her ACL injury, but scoring at the beginning of the year, but she's definitely improved every game, and you can see it. She's getting back to 100%.
Soleil Williams, 2-dribble drive, a little floater. That's going to be no good. Barnes with the rebound.
Yeah, good box out by Barnes.
She's kind of that do-it-all player for Mason. She averages 6.6 points per game and 3.7 rebounds. Rosano inside can't finish. Resnick with the rebound. Mason will set up their offense again. That's a freshman guard in Maddie Parrish, second leading scorer on this team for the Comets.
The Comets would not be where they are right now without play of Maddie Parrish.
Well, a big question mark heading into the season with the departure of Margot Mattis, went up to school in Boston, was who's going to step up and take her role, and Parrish has done that better than anyone expected, and she deserves a lot of credit for that.
Oh, as a freshman, it's not easy to step in and make an immediate impact. Not only is she making immediate impact, averaging double figures, a lot of assists, and just playing like a senior point guard as a freshman.
Inside, Oldacre struggling with it, but she's going to be left open. No one in front of her to put that one back in. It's hard to stop her scoring when someone is in front of her, but wide open there. She's not going to miss that. On the other end, the SWAT, the 6'6" center Miami commit, Kyla Oldacre.
I almost sent that one in the stands, Ben. Pretty close.
You know, I think if we were at Mason, the stands would be a little closer, and that one would be in the bleachers right now, but not the case. Corner three going to be taken here from Princeton. Rims in and out, put back in and out. Mason finally gets the rebound and controls and will go the other way.
That was Sonia Hill on the three-pointer. Her first shot attempt. It's no good, and the Comets right now kind of controlling this game early.
Oldacre top of the key. Comets running a flex offense look that the boys basketball team runs a lot for Mason. A breakaway here, Maddie Parrish trying to block, and the layup's going to be good for Soleil Williams. The leading scorer for Princeton's on the board.
They're showing off her speed there, taking it coast to coast. And speaking of going coast to coast, is Maddie Parrish kind of caught the Princeton transition defense napping a little bit. So they try to go for the steal, but there's no one really back. Carter Hartley a little bit late to react. And now Maddie Parrish going to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Parrish on the season, we talked about, second leading scorer for Mason. She's averaging 12.6 points per game, and she's off the mark on her first free throw.
Parrish at the line for the Comets.
To make it a 1-for-2 trip, she's able to knock it down and get on the board with her first point of the night. Mason's got a 3-point lead. Now up top, that's Wilson. Gets it over to Lasagna Hill. Mason coming with a zone look now, a little bit of 2-3 action.
Yeah, this Princeton offense comes into this game averaging 60 points. They're far from that average so far. I know it's only in the first quarter, but this Comets defense has come to play tonight. But then there's Carter Hartley on the offensive boards, putting it back, cutting the Comets lead to 1.
8.4 rebounds per game. That's a lot in high school. Top of the GMC, and Rosano going to step out and take a 3. Gabby Rosano, known for her play inside. And she's telling us she can step out a little bit too.
A great sign for the Comets. We mentioned Rosano struggled on even some inside shots earlier in the year. And just a lot of confidence on that 3, no hesitation, nothing but net. Now 4-point lead again for the Comets.
Comets staying in that 2-3 zone look. Dee Carter-Hartley responsible for 5 of the 7 points for Princeton, but Lasagna Hill gets on the board with a 3 of her own.
And Hill and Williams will be able to knock down threes all night, so got to get a hand up on those 2 guards. And Oldacre down low, misses, gets the rebound, then she gets fouled. The Princeton fans not happy about that call. Oldacre, good post position, misses the first one. A good job staying with it.
That looked like a lot of ball to me.
That was close.
Oldacre luckily gets to go to the line. 1 for 2 on her first trip. She's able to knock down the first one.
And if you're Carter-Hartley right now, you're thinking, what else can I do? She's 6'6". And she got a hand on the ball, and they still call a foul. So sometimes that height can help you down low. Just because it appears a foul, but that was good defense by Carter-Hartley. She couldn't have really done anything else down there. Good job from Oldacre going 2 for 2. As the 3-pointer's no good off the back iron. Oldacre secures another rebound for the Comets. She leads all scorers so far with 7.
Parrish on the other end, left-handed layup and good. A little shiftiness from Maddie Parrish. She's got 3 points tonight.
The Vikings tried to go in transition. They're just going to reset. Here, run their offense. Just under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Now Mason's looking in a 1-2-2 look with Maddie Parrish. They're going to send all the way up. And the corner is one of those weak spots in that 1-2-2. And Lasagna Hill made one earlier, unable to connect on this 3, and Peyton Black really checked in. They get the rebound, and then a lot of contact, no foul call. And finally gets another rebound, able to hold on to that one, but it was an interesting no call on the other end.
And maybe a little bit of a makeup call. The refs realized the one on Oldacre probably wasn't a foul.
Raiden Johnson, awkward play. Tried a Euro step, but got caught up with too much contact. Princeton, 15 seconds to go, most likely holding for the last shot. Now to the 5-point lead, about the best quarter you could ask for. Not a lot went wrong for them. The 3 to be taken by Soleil Williams, didn't hit any rim, and that'll be the buzzer. Comets take a 15-10 lead in the first quarter over nationally ranked Princeton Vikings. And we'll head to a quick break for some second quarter action. For a top of the standings matchup, Princeton Vikings and Mason Comets.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Welcome back to Princeton High School as the Comets with an early 5-point lead. Gabby Rosano in the first quarter hitting a big 3, more of an inside post player. Then the other end, Lasagna Hill's been knocking down shots from long range as well for the Vikings. And then Kyla Oldacre down low, just doing what she does best, getting her offensive rebounds, drawing fouls, going to the free throw line. This Comets inside play, kind of what got them their 5-point lead early.
Yeah, Lasagna Hill, excuse me, Dee Carter-Hartley was kind of the story for Princeton in the first quarter, and it's been more balanced for Mason. We'll see what Princeton's able to do inside.
That was Callie Fortson just checking in for the Vikings. Oldacre, another block. Block wasn't as aggressive as the first one, but still gets the job done.
Didn't quite go in the seats.
In some ways, though, the soft block's better because you're able to get it back, block it really far out of bounds, and the team will just get possession back.
If you're willing to give up those style points. Nice steal there from Abrams.
A three-pointer from Williams is good. That's big for the Vikings.
We can't leave Soleil Williams open, averaging almost 25 points per game, and you can't let her get going either. When she gets hot, she can take over a game quickly.
And a jump ball, so a little bit more pressure there from the Princeton defense. Just not the spot where you want to pick up the basketball there with two defenders on you, and you can't go over and back, so that half-court line almost acts as another defender as well as the out-of-bounds line. So you just kind of balled in that square. It's the one thing you learn when you start playing basketball. It's one of the biggest no-nos. And
you got like 4 defenders on you.
That's Barnes with a nice take.
Barnes always finds a way to score, and it's never too flashy. She does a lot of the dirty work inside, getting a lot of offensive rebounds are there. She just found her lane and was able to make one defender miss. And that's all she needed to put it up for 2. She's a good finisher inside as well.
The Vikings working through Carter Hartley at that high post. And she'll find Hill for 3. So Hill and Williams knocked down a pair of threes, and this Comets lead cut to 1.
Lasagna Hill is one of Princeton's biggest threat from 3, and Princeton's doing a good job getting it inside and kicking it out. Amanda Barnes, what I just talked about.
Back-to-back Comets buckets. And the 3 to tie is no good from Abrams. Rebound down low from Fortin. It's like they were calling jump ball. Really good job by Fortin battling Oldacre inside, trying to cover the offensive rebound, and some miscommunication as Carter Hartley was not paying attention. Then Parrish misses the layup. Arizano steps out for 3. And Parrish another rebound. This one too strong with Barnes going on the floor. How about the Comets fight this possession? A lot of offensive rebounds.
Well, everyone talks about the rebounding ability of Kyla Oldacre because of her size, but the effort and ability to work and do the dirty work for these Comet guards, especially Joy Resnick, Maddie Parrish, getting on the floor. And you know Amanda Barnes and Kyla Oldacre can rebound.
The Fortune might have gotten away with a little bit of a reach on that pass. Kind of hooked arms there with Oldacre. She was not able to catch it there. The refs just letting that one go, but then another turnover from the Comets. Getting the ball back. And some more contact, and Oldacre gets tripped. And
well, this game's going to mean a lot. And this matchup for Kyla Oldacre for the Princeton team. Kyla Oldacre transferred from Princeton High School. So this is kind of a big game for her with a lot of meaning. And both fans getting very upset about some potential foul calls on both sides. And Matthias beside himself on that play. We're going to talk about, here's where Princeton fans wanted to foul on Oldacre. Kind of hooks her arm around. You know, those are one of those calls where you could honestly call a foul on either player. So a no call, a lot of times, is what refs like to go with. And both teams are just making some poor passes.
Ben, are we playing football or basketball here?
We're seeing a lot of contact. You may think football. And the aggressiveness from both teams is something you expect a little bit coming into this game, but, you know, I mean, I can't stress it enough. There's a lot on the line in this game. They only play once this year. You know, in the GMC, you play every team except for 2 teams twice. So there's only 2 teams that you only play once, and Mason and Princeton, that's one of those matchups. And that means a lot. That one game's going to mean a lot when those teams are number 1 and number 2 in the GMC. Like you mentioned, Comets are 7-1 in the GMC. Princeton's 9-0.
Oh yeah, this has been a great rivalry these last couple of years. Both these teams got pretty good, like the mid-2010s, and Princeton, of course, winning the state championship in 2014. They've been pretty dominant ever since then. So have the Comets.
Yeah, Mason went to the state championship game in 2016, weren't able to come home with a trophy, but they were led by Sammy Puisis, Lauren Van Clunen, and Jalen Mason. Arkansas, Marquette, and Florida State basketball players. Very rarely do you see that kind of talent on one team.
That's what like Montverde Academy has every year.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are comparing this Mason baseball team coming up to. You got ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and a SEC commit. So a lot of people excited for baseball season coming up. We are as well. And we're halfway through the second quarter. Now still have a 3-point lead, but another turnover.
A great idea there from Parrish to try to dump it to Rosano. Poor execution, and then again, Princeton just playing a little bit too fast, just getting a little bit ahead of themselves, and that's causing a lot of turnovers. It's a third or fourth ball, it's just sailed out of bounds already.
That's 4 straight possessions from both teams combined that have gone out of, or that have ended in a turnover.
And Oldacre not in the game for the Comets, so where's the scoring going to come from? Who are the Comets going to play through these next couple of possessions? Good job by Amanda Barnes inside, working down low. She got good position on Hill, and Hill had no choice but to foul.
Amanda Barnes was really wanting that ball, and Lasagna Hill, not one of the biggest defenders on this Princeton team. And Barnes isn't the tallest player on the court, but she's aggressive and she's tough, and she'll fight like she did there, getting that ball.
Yeah, she really plays as guard and forward at the same time, like you mentioned.
And she's responsible for all 5 Comet points in the second quarter, and we're over halfway through.
This free throw no good. Rebound from Carter Hartley. Princeton again trying to go fast. This time the right move, but Hill misses the layup. Seen her bury threes, but her easiest shot of the night she was not able to knock down. As Williams too strong on the 3. Good hustle from Abrams. Another 3. And Hill misses badly there, so a little bit of a rough offensive possession from Lasagna Hill.
Mason's getting pretty lucky. This is a Princeton team that is known for knocking down those outside shots and not making a lot of mistakes. And that missed wide open layup is obviously a pretty obvious mistake.
Yeah, a team that averages 60 a game, only at 16 here in the second quarter. And a really nice cut from Braden Johnson. One of the smallest players on the team for the Comets, but she's not afraid of contact down low.
Yeah, Johnson is someone who makes her home kind of outside of the 3-point line, but when you're a defender and the person you're guarding is always out on the 3-point line, it can catch you off guard when they drive inside, and she was able to get some room and draw the foul. But the Comets have to clean up this free throw shooting if they want to pull away.
Yeah, especially in these road games. You know this game is going to come down to the wire with how dominant these teams have been all year.
Well, we said coming in, we said it might come down to free throws, but neither team is making their free throws too effectively so far, so it's kind of canceling each other out.
And that's why the score is as low as it is right now. A lot of turnovers, missed free throws. What we do see from this team is the hard hustle on every possession. As Williams scores. I mean, these two teams, like we mentioned, playing super aggressive.
That's vintage Shirley Williams on the other end. A nice move around her defender in the Euro step. Braden Johnson was guarding her, a little smaller defender. And that one dribble crossover and a nice clear out there from Dee Carter Hartley, kind of blockout screen. As Rosano's not able to connect on that field.
Arizona made one to start the game, but there goes that three. And what a spin move. And scored by Williams again. Been showing off the whole package on these last couple possessions.
Soleil Williams is so shifty and so quick. Maddie Parrish was there to take a charge. And she went with a spin move right around her.
Got a crossover and a spin move on back-to-back possessions. Very effective for Williams.
She's got 9 points. She's got 7 of the 10 in the second quarter for Princeton. We knew if they wanted to get back in this game, it'd have to be her, and now they only trail by 1. You see end-to-end, Maddie Parrish tried to beat her there and take a charge, but the spin move, Zano couldn't get there in time, and perfectly laid off the glass by Soleil Williams. Getting it going for the Vikings. Timeout's going to be taken. Wasn't able to catch who called it.
I wonder if the Comets are going to send Oldacre back in after the timeout. As we look at this Vikings team, only down by 1 for the Comets. They've really been leading all game, and it seems like every time the Vikings make a little bit of a run, get close, the Comets kind of come back and extend the lead to about 4 or 5. So it's really been going from like 1-point lead to the Comets back to a 5-point lead and back and forth here.
And a lot of that's from the free throw line too. It's kind of funny, we talk about how they've been struggling from the free throw line. Well, that just speaks to the attempts they've gotten. You know, over a quarter of their points so far this game have come from the free throw line. What people really like about this Princeton team is the balance they have, and they kind of cover every area of the game. They got Lasagna Hill, one of the best three-point shooters in the GMC. Dee Carter-Hartley, able to get it done down low. One of the best rebounders in the GMC. And then we got Soleil Williams, who just does it all and really steps into that star player role.
Yeah, these are two teams certainly good enough to win state.
Well, that balance is something you need to compete for a state championship like that. And that was a big question mark coming into the season for Mason. Was, you know, you had the dominance down low and Kyla Oldacre, Gabby Rosano, but who was going to step out outside? And Maddie Parrish, when she's knocking down the shots, is one of the best guards in the city. And
imagine how good she's going to be in a couple years.
That's what a lot of people said about Margot Mattis as well, and unfortunately, she's in Boston. There it is, right on cue. Maddie Parrish knocking down the three.
Every time Princeton's threatening, Comets just answer right back. As Williams too strong on the three. And rebound down low, and that's going to go out of bounds. That was Natalie Williams on the rebound, not able to get it to go. Princeton will get out of bounds.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. And Soleil Williams, the way she's been playing the last few possessions, you can't blame her for taking a shot like that. And here, knocks it down.
And back-to-back threes. And I feel like every time the Comets hit a three, the Vikings hit a three, or vice versa. These teams just matching each other.
This is exactly what we expected out of this matchup. And if you're both teams, you're kind of happy with your play.
Now Johnson, no good on the three. Williams trying to go fast for the Vikings. Just about 40 seconds left to go.
Williams got 10 points this quarter. Only scored 2 in the first.
Now Parrish in transition. She'll take a step back. A little bit off to the right. Johnson tries to save it. Will be Vikings ball with 25 seconds.
Braden Johnson, nice job of getting it to Parrish. That's a design set they run. But it kind of broke down as Parrish defender left her. She jumped to the spot, but Soleil Williams, that's hard to guard. Presley Daniels wasn't able to get out there.
Now, there's nothing you can really do. Williams is going to be able to make those step back threes consistently. You just kind of got to tip your cap. And there's another one. That's too strong. But she's able to get the rebound back inside of Carter-Hartley. Airballs it. Now the Comets have to hurry here, trying to get a shot off for 5 seconds as Barnes passes back to Parrish. Parrish will pull up with a long three, trying to draw the foul, but she will not get the call. So it will be the Mason Comets with a 1-point lead over the Princeton Vikings, 24-23. As we're going to take a break here for halftime. Be sure to come back for the second half.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to OHSAA.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Today, I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com. Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
We're back at Princeton High School, and that's exactly what we expected from the number 1 and number 2 teams in the GMC. The Comets have the upper hand by 1, and both teams doing it from beyond the arc. Soleil Williams, step back 3. She's got 12 for the Vikings, and a little more balanced scoring for Mason. I'm Ben Howard alongside my partner Evan Amazon. What'd you like in the second? What'd you like in the first half?
Well, it's been a balanced game for both teams. Both teams hitting the 3 ball, but I feel like which team is able to kind of establish it inside more is going to have a huge advantage in the second half. We've seen Oldacre dominate down low some, as well as Carter Hartley. So whichever team kind of play inside a little bit more should have the advantage, but Princeton all year has been a better 3-point shooting team than the Comets, so that might be more sustainable as well.
And out the gate, another missed layup. This time it's from D.D. Carter Hartley, and that was one of Princeton's biggest problems in the first half. And Oldacre, coast to coast, the Hurricane.
Yeah, showing why she's going to be a Hurricane next year. Coast to coast with a Euro step and a great finish. Great job avoiding the charge as well.
And there's Princeton star Soleil Williams, not unable to connect on that step back. She got it going from 3 in the first half. Trying to regain that momentum, but unable to do so.
Yeah, one advantage for the Comets, like you mentioned, their balanced scoring. Now for the Vikings, Williams has 12 out of their 23, so if she gets cold, how will these Vikings find offense?
How about the offensive rebounding from Joy Resig? She's got at least 3 already this game, and she's the smallest on the court. Oldacre looking inside now, doesn't need a dribble, puts it in for 2. Her development and finishing has been unlike we've seen before.
Yeah, and it's down low. She's gotten better every single game. She's always in position to make those shots, but finishing them with ease here tonight. It's hard to believe this is the same Comets team we saw against Lakota East about a month ago.
Yeah, this team has totally changed their mindset and the culture as well. And that was only the second game of the season. A lot of those, you know, very rarely do you open up your season with no non-conference games. They went straight into GMC play, and that's a big reason why that can hurt you.
There's Williams again, another 3. Now up to 15 points already, barely into the third quarter.
Oldacre and Williams, the only source of offense for either team in this second half so far. We're 2 minutes in. And we'll take a look at first Oldacre, like we said, doesn't need a dribble, just the drop step. Get in position for her defender and finishes with her left. And on the other end, Soleil Williams off the screen, knocks it down. Resig now wants a one dribble kick. Long two from Amanda Barnes, who knocks it down. She's up to 7 points on the night now.
Yeah, Amanda Barnes, a little bit of a quietly impactful game for the Comets so far. She's been getting it done inside, hitting the mid-range, just kind of doing everything. Not going to be huge on the stat sheet, but she's had a major impact in the game.
Abrams doesn't touch anything, and the rebound goes to Resig. Comets able to contain, but Margot Abrams, another one of the best three-point shooters on this Princeton team, but we haven't seen anything from her so far tonight.
Yeah, if you're the Comets right now on the three-point line, your main focus has to be guarding Williams. Hill as well, she's capable of knocking it down, but
Oldacre almost got the N1. From our angle, it looked like that went in, but her ability to catch the ball from wherever on the court and find her way to that block and either finish or draw a foul has really helped this Comet team all year, especially with the absence of other post player Carly Prowse.
Yeah, she's just been coming out firing in the second half, playing great so far for the Comets. Fortunately misses her first free throw, but not a bad shot, in and out.
3 for 4 coming into that free throw. She's 3 for 5 now. She's able to knock down the back end.
You can tell her free throws are definitely improving on the year. She doesn't have as many bad misses we've seen at the beginning of the year. There's a difference between misses, like the first one we saw that went in and out, and bad misses where you hardly hit the rim.
Parrish able to control that steal, and a nice move around her defender. Dancing around and putting it up for two. Maddie Parrish gets on the board, and Mason's on a run. 33-26, a 7-point lead over the GMC leaders.
And the Comets have their largest lead of the night at 7. As you see Coach Pakula's squad in the huddle. If you're Princeton right now, Ben, what do you think you need to do defensively to stop the Comets?
Well, the Princeton defenders are just getting lost on a lot of these plays. Oldacre inside, it's hard. You always put your other commentator in a tough spot when you ask him, what do you do to defend Kylie Oldacre? Because there really aren't a lot of answers. And we've seen that a lot from this Mason women's high school basketball season. But, I mean, one of the best ways is just to foul her, but her development from the free throw line has been very impactful. And if she's able to stay out of trouble here in this third quarter, they could put this one away.
And I guess the only really other thing you can do to stop Oldacre is just try to play in front of her when she's in the post and just try to stop those post entry passes. But that's easier said than done when you're guarding someone 6'6".
I wouldn't want to be in there trying to deny her from getting the ball down low. But Soleil Williams always has an answer, and she's not going to let this game get out of hand.
No, she's not going to let this game slip away from the Vikings. 18 already, only 6 away from her average. And just those step back threes, you just can't guard them.
Well, one defender was off that step back, but Princeton has been using that screen to perfection. That back door, Williams getting open every time. Finally Mason caught on, but when you can create your own shot like Williams can. Another steal for Rosano. Princeton's been sloppy. Parrish on the other end. Nice pump fake and one for the freshman. Maddie Parrish does it all.
That's pretty cliche, but one of the most effective moves sometimes, just a simple pump fake. Doesn't have to be fancy, but it got Williams to fly by. And then Abrams, one of the biggest no-nos is that soft foul. If you're gonna foul hard, make sure the shooter doesn't make it and get the N1.
Mason's free throw struggles continue, but they're able to get another offensive rebound. Halfway through this third quarter, Comets have a 6-point lead. Oldacre gets it tapped from behind.
Yeah, Oldacre playing great defensively and offensively so far.
I mean, they're double teaming her.
Comets, yeah.
And another help comes, and she forces a foul again. There's just not a lot of answers. I know we say it a lot, but you know, you got an ACC commit, one of the best recruits in the nation. The defender behind her and in front of her. The help from D.D. Carter-Hartley is what.
She might have gotten fouled twice there. Maybe she'll be able to shoot 4 free throws.
Yeah, unfortunately that's not how it works, but if that was the case, Oldacre would have a lot of free throw attempts on the year, even more so than she already does. This time an empty trip from the line.
That keeps the door open here for the Vikings. Still only a 6-point lead for the Comets.
Hill's been quiet, but she gets it to her teammate Williams, who hasn't, you can't quite say the same about her tonight. Cross court pass to Hartley. Nice pump fake step back from Lasagna. Hill tried to get something going, but now Oldacre going to be open on a fast break, and the easy 2 points, the easiest 2 points she's going to get all night. Gets that lead back up to 8 for the Comets. She's got 7 just the third quarter.
Oldacre can run the floor in transition. There's nothing defense can do. Hill knew that she was going to be able to stop that. She didn't want to foul. She just got out of the way, gave a free layup, not wanting to commit the and one.
Well, you heard rumblings and rumors all offseason about how Oldacre's developed her talent to be able to take the ball up the floor this season. And she's kind of proven that right so far. We've seen a lot of instances of her being able to take it up the court without turning it over, and that is scary for GMC teams. Turnaround, little hook shot, not able to go through.
That was good footwork in the post, though. Set herself up for a nice shot.
And the spin move there from Margot Abrams. She'll get fouled and head to the line.
Abrams in transition. She's been a little bit quiet tonight offensively, but a nice spin move there, similar to her teammate Williams that we saw earlier in the game.
That looked a lot like that play we saw earlier from Oldacre. They didn't look to see a lot of contact other than the ball, or maybe a makeup call. Abrams knocks down first. His first point for her this evening. Braden Johnson checks in for the Comets.
And Barnes will head to the bench.
And Abrams makes it a 2-for-2 trip, cutting that lead to only 6. And they come with their soft press once again.
Yeah, good job by Rosano, just kind of setting herself up as an option there in the middle of the court.
Braden Johnson lost control, had a pass tipped, but Mason will retain possession.
That's one of the key ways to break a press. It's just pass to the middle. You have cutters on either side, and simple, but it can be pretty effective sometimes.
Maddie Parrish going to take a deep contested 3 this time, can't connect. Rebound taken, and they're just going to get it to the star, Soleil Williams up the floor. A couple of really nice crossovers. Had Abrams open, but she didn't control it completely, but she'll drive, can't finish, and that's been the story all night for Princeton. Foul on the floor, and that's going to be number 3 on Kyla Oldacre, and you can see the Princeton fans are loving that. We talked about how much this game meant for Princeton fans and Oldacre's. Kyla is a transfer from Princeton.
There's still hand fighting there. And that call's going to go against Oldacre, so Coach Matula electing to keep her in the game here with 2 minutes left. Trusting the senior not to pick up her 4th foul.
And Princeton fans very unhappy about a little extracurricular activity from Oldacre. I think she's just pulling her arm away, and maybe it looked a little more dramatic than it was. She grabs the board here, and already you see the foul from Hartley walks in there. Oldacre may have threw her a little bit, but no call after the original foul. And you can see Oldacre talking a little bit.
She's just probably tired of getting tangled down low. It's happening almost every possession.
Well, we talked about coming into the game in any GMC game, Old Acre does not get a lot of benefit of the doubt. When you're 6'6" and you're as good as she is, they're not going to call a lot of fouls on the other team. They're going to call a lot of fouls on you. And how about Rezic stepping up big time?
Yeah, the whole defense there was collapsed on Old Acre, so Rezic just pulls up with the floater, and it's perfect. She's going to hit that shot every time if she's that wide open.
Soleil Williams got trapped in the corner, and a turnover on Williams. How about Braden Johnson and Joy Rezic, the defense? We got 1:11 to go here in the third. Comets still holding on to that 8-point lead.
Yeah, just Old Acre's presence is having such a big impact on the Comets offense. Not only her scoring, but just kind of clogging the paint, having 3 Vikings defenders on her. Really just opens up easy scoring opportunities from the guards as well.
Rezic has trouble with it, gets it to her freshman star guard, Maddie Parrish. Driving baseline. Yep, stepped on the baseline. Got to be careful down there, and you talked about it earlier, how that baseline's kind of a second defender, and that showed perfection there. I think another ref had a foul call, and the referees came together to discuss, and there's going to be a foul before the turnover. So luckily Mason's going to get the ball back. And Peyton Black checks in for the Comets.
I'm not sure I saw too much contact there, but Comets will take that.
You know, it's been a weird game. We've seen a lot of contacts, but most of the fouls called have been kind of soft, in my opinion. Parrish will try to take a step back mid-range, can't knock that down. Petula kind of shaking his head at that shot selection.
Yeah, there's been some hard fouls not been called, some soft fouls called, but overall I'd say it's been inconsistently consistent. A little inconsistent,
you know, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Yeah.
It's consistent for both teams, so as long as it's kind of fair for each team, then that's really all you can ask for.
There's kind of an obvious foul on Peyton Black. It's going to be her first of the game. Braden Johnson check back in. Kind of an offense-defense substitution. And Old Acre will check out now. You don't want to pick up your 4th foul with 22 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, very smart decision to take her out here. Princeton probably going to hold last possession. Old Acre wouldn't even get back in on offense anyways, so.
You find yourself saying that a lot with Coach Rob Petula. Very smart move. He's been doing this for a long time, and he knows what he's doing.
They just got 300 wins a couple weeks ago.
Big congrats to him. And a good job there by Fortson calling the foul. Nice dish by Abrams drawing the defender. And Abrams has really made more of an impact on this third quarter than we saw in the first 2 quarters combined. And Fortson knocks down her first free throw. She's on the board for the first time tonight. Knowing Mason will go back on offense, and probably not defense. In this third quarter, they'll bring Old Acre back in. And second free throw is good as well. Parrish up the floor with 6 seconds, 2 defenders on her. Gonna throw up a Hail Mary, it's intercepted. And Princeton won't get a shot off. So at the end of the third, Princeton trails by 6. They lead the GMC, but that #1 spot's in jeopardy. We got a good fourth quarter coming up for you. GMC women's basketball action. Comets on top by 6.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to OHSAA.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association Educate through sports.
We're back here for fourth quarter action at Princeton High School. We talked a lot about Rob Matula and his success at Mason, but Vikings first-year head coach Dee Davis was a McDonald's All-American, graduated from Princeton at 2003. A little bit different from Matula, doesn't quite have the experience, but she played at Princeton, and that's certainly a big thing from your players when your coach kind of went through the same path as you.
Well, she's done a lot of good things so far in her first season as a coach and on the court, but her character as well is something we got to talk about. We talked about their forfeited win they had against Mount Notre Dame. They had to lose that due to eligibility issues. But who reported that? Head coach Dee Davis doing the honest right thing, an honest mistake in their eligibility for Princeton. Doing the right thing even though that game's going to count as a loss.
Yeah, especially when you have an undefeated season on the line. That's kind of been a trend around college basketball. We've seen a lot of teams bringing back former players to be the head coaches. Of course, as an Indiana fan, bringing back Mike Woodson, who played at IU under Bobby Knight. Michigan done the same thing with Juwan Howard, and it's almost players kind of tend to buy into the system more when they know the coaches kind of gone through the same path, I guess.
Well, it's a risk because you got teams who really drawn a foul there. That's Fortson. It's her second drawn foul of this half, and she's not able to connect on the first free throw, but it's a risk. You know, it worked for Michigan, looks like so far. In Indiana, there's a lot of potential there, but, you know, sometimes when you don't hire a coach that's as experienced, you saw what happened with St. John's. Mullen didn't last very long at St. John's, and Patrick Ewing, I think a lot of people aren't very approval of his job he's done at Georgetown.
Yeah, Penny Hardaway at Memphis. He's a good recruiter, but the team just really hasn't lived up to their hype the last couple of years.
Braden Johnson misses a three. Gabby Rosano's been doing a lot of work on the boards as well. Sometimes when you're in foul trouble like Oldacre, you're going to be a little less aggressive, and players like her need to step up. And a lot of contact down low, and both players are shooken up a little bit. That's Kyla Oldacre for the Comets, and I believe it's Dee Dee Carter-Hartley. And that foul was on Princeton. Princeton fans very unhappy, out of their seats right now.
Yeah, it's a hard contact, accidental from both players, but that was a hard fall.
That's not
that's Fortson.
Fortson, yeah. Fortson didn't play a whole lot in the first half, but she got asked with a big task to step into the second half and kind of see if she can guard Oldacre a little better than the other posts could.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Hope she's okay. I mean, the only thing worse than injury is getting injured and picking up a foul.
Yeah. Comets will talk things over, try to forget about that play.
And saying these Princeton fans are unhappy would be an understatement, man.
They're still on their feet yelling at the referees. And we're going to take a look at it here. Fortson stepping up. There's a little bit of contact. Her arm gets a little high. She's trying to post up, and Fortson trying to get position as Oldacre just kind of pulled the rug out of her, and then she kind of fell into Oldacre's legs, so both of them went down. And I looked at it was kind of a lower body injury for Oldacre and an upper body injury there for Fortson. That's a good thing for the Vikings. Fortson's able to walk off the court on her own power.
Well, she almost got caught under Oldacre's arm there. That shows the height. That's 6'6".
Mason will inbound. Looks like they're one foul away from being in the bonus and shooting free throws the rest of the way. Oldacre gets her own rebound and head to the line, and she draws fouls better than anyone does really in the city. I mean, she's one of the biggest players in the city. I mean, one of the best too.
Yeah, if she could become like a 70% free throw shooter, imagine the impact it's having on the Comets offense.
I mean, that's easier said than done too. A lot of fans have to sit around and criticize free throw attempts. When you're in the game and you're tired, you don't got a lot of energy, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, it's one of those things it's hard to simulate in practice. You can take free throws all you want in your driveway or at practice, but you're never going to be as tired as you would be during a game.
And it's not, a lot of people like to talk about the physical tiredness, but it's also the mental tiredness. You're playing a long game. You got to keep your attitude up, and going to the free throw line. It's just adding another thing to think a little bit too much about. But she knocks down both.
Now Abrams will drive, fades away. And a nice shot from Margo Abrams. She had to fade away from Oldacre to get her shot up. She knocks it down off the glass.
Abrams is a big reason they're still in this game. Of course, she's caught for travel. She's really stepped up in the second half. Only 4 points to speak for, but she's making a lot of plays defensively, and she's had a few assists as well. A really nice move, getting cut to the middle.
And she's done a good job stepping up for Williams. She's gotten a little bit quiet lately from 3. There's a drive by Hill. Nice move, a little bit too strong, however. That's again.
There's another Viking
more players
down.
hitting the floor.
Is that Julius that's down on the ground right now?
Yeah,
I believe it is.
22 for the Vikings.
Anaya Julius.
She got tied up with Parrish.
And Parrish and Rosano, 2 athletes falling on you. That's not a comfortable spot to be in. Mason Lindown off the jump ball. How about Oldacre against the press taking it up the floor? Looked a little choppy, but so too soon, I guess. And a foul called on Brayden Johnson.
Yeah, could have maybe gotten a foul on Oldacre, a little bit of a push-off. She was bringing up the ball. Didn't call it there. She lost it and give it to Johnson. While Oldacre is capable of bringing the ball up, it's not what the Comets want. Not taking it up every possession either.
It's a tough situation because Barnes is another one where she can take the ball up the floor, but you'd rather have Parrish and Johnson. And Mason will go back into that 1-2-2 zone. Oldacre Rosano, a lot of size down low. That's what makes that zone really work.
So it's Williams resetting. We'll take a 3. Too strong. Oldacre. Rebound. Again, a bad pass in transition. Trying to find Barnes, goes a little too quickly there. And Coach Matula not happy with the execution on that play.
A lot of people think it'll be really easy for someone with Oldacre's size to rebound, but you need a little more than that. You still need to box out a little bit. What Oldacre does really well is knowing where the ball is going to bounce off the rim or the backboard. And she did that really well on that rebound. Unfortunately, threw it out of bounds.
Offensive rebound from Williams. Skip pass over to Wilson. Down low, that was Julius trying to post up on Oldacre. She fell to the ground there.
Julius is a warrior. She took a hard hit just a few possessions ago and took another one there, but able to bounce back right back up. This time, that's going to be Abrams heading to the line. We've talked about her a lot here in the second half.
Yeah, her free throw shooting's been the main parts of the offense, but doesn't get it to fall there.
I think we just committed a commentator's jinx right there on the Abrams free throw.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have.
We're all subject to it at some point.
Yeah. You've got a lot more than me over the years, Ben. That's for sure.
I have to say,
I average about like 0.3 a game. You average more like 0.7 a game, I'd say, Ben.
I was responsible for Brooks Curran's only missed extra point attempt in the 2018 season. So if Curran's listening out there, I truly do apologize. And another missed free throw. This time it's Comet and Barnes.
If the Abrams family is listening, I apologize as well.
Evan Amazon is who you can send your complaints to.
And for Brooks Curran, send your complaints to Ben Haller.
5-point lead for the Comets, 5:07 left to go. And Soleil Williams just been firing from deep all game long. It looked like he was working in the first half, but just kind of cooled off here in the second. Only 2 points, or no points actually, to account for in the second half.
Nice cut from Parrish. Going all the way in transition. Gets fouled. She kind of faked in instead. kind of went out, and Oldacre with a nice pass in transition.
Yeah, Parrish is just doing a good job of beating everyone down the floor. She's using that speed. There's a difference between speed and quickness, but Parrish is someone who possesses both better than almost anyone on the court. She knocks down the first hit.
So the next foul by the Vikings will put the Comets in the double bonus.
Parrish is up to 11 points on the evening, make that 12. And she gets that Comet lead up to 7. That's only one away from their largest lead of the game. But you can't leave Lasagna Hill open.
Another good rebound by Oldacre. I feel like if you're the Vikings right now, yes, the three's been working, but it's cooling off a little bit, and you have to go inside. It's going to be tough to win this game if you won't get Oldacre to pick up that 4th foul. I know it's hard to go inside on her, but you got to try to get Oldacre in more foul trouble. Now the Comets running their offense, taking time. Nice cut from Parrish, going to the free throw line again, so back-to-back possessions will be Maddie Parrish free throws.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that foul. Another one looked like she just pulled the rug out from underneath. No, maybe a little bit too much contact from Abrams. Definitely got her on the arm there. And there's a timeout going to be taken by Princeton. Top things over about halfway through this fourth quarter. Comets only 4 minutes away from dethroning the top of the GMC, Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, I feel like for Princeton right now offensively, playing through Carter Hartley worked a little bit in the first half. She kind of set up around the elbow. She could drive from there, pass the cutters down low, find Williams for threes. And she can set up there, go down low, and kind of get Oldacre to react a little bit late. Maybe she'll pick up her 4th foul.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier in the first half. We can't stress enough the importance of this game for GMC trophy implications, because they only play once this year. Most teams you play twice in the year. 7 out of the 9 GMC teams you play twice in a year, and that's not the case with Mason and Princeton this year. And you know, Mason got pretty fortunate. You know, Princeton, if Mason takes the throne here, takes number 1 in the GMC, then Princeton would definitely be number 2. And they wouldn't play number 2 in the GMC twice, and the other one, Coleraine, they wouldn't play twice either. And the first one just got postponed. I'm not sure if there's any intent in rescheduling that game, but Parrish has a chance to give Mason their biggest lead of the game. Just halfway there.
It is weird to think about not playing a team in the GMC at all during regular season. Yeah, like you mentioned, Coleraine sitting around 3rd or 4th in the GMC, another top team. Parrish misses the 2nd one. So the Comets tie their largest lead at 8.
Well, we saw that a lot last year with COVID, and a lot of games getting canceled. That was more of a rarity this year, but it's starting to come back with this Omicron variant and everything going on. Happened with the Comets, where Coleraine had some COVID trouble.
Down low. Carter Hartley's not able to finish, but that's the right play from the Vikings, just trying to go down low, because the threes just haven't been working as of late, and they're trying to go down low, change it up. Wouldn't be surprised. That's what Coach D. Davis stressed. And their timeout, Barnes, an easy shot there, just uncontested from about 7 feet away. A double-digit lead for the Comets, their largest of the game, and Comets coming into this game kind of slight underdogs with a double-digit lead on the road against a nationally ranked Princeton Vikings squad.
I don't know how Amanda Barnes is always open. She is not someone who makes a lot of mistakes. And when she gets an open shot, you know, you can't really rely on her to miss it, but Lasagna Hill finally making a appearance in the second half. She had a couple of those in the first.
Yeah, much needed bucket there, but then Parrish scores. It's a little bit of like a halfback dive. Just kind of handed the ball off to Parrish. He took it all the way to the rim and scored.
Well, you made a football reference earlier about all the contact going on. Maybe they're trying to adjust.
Those dribble handoffs have been working pretty well on those quick passes.
And Barnes, both defenders kind of keyed on her. Maybe they're listening to me, trying to put a defender on her. And that just left Maddie Parrish wide open. Mason will call a timeout now. Talk things over. Make sure they don't make any detrimental mistakes. Matula is always aggressive, always intense. Even when they got a 9-point lead against a nationally ranked team, you know, it feels like he's never satisfied. That's always a sign of a great coach.
Yeah, he won't be satisfied till there's zeros on the clock. And right now for this Mason offense, they just have to go slow. They don't need to play too fast of a pace here.
And ICRC doing a wonderful job coming out to cover it tonight. And I say ICRC, but tonight it's really been that one-man show, and Dean Lowry's running everything behind the scenes with switching the cameras, running the replays, running the graphics. And shout out the rest of the production tonight's student run. 2 camera operators, Adam Little and Harper Stoll, have done a great job for us tonight. And I'm Ben Howell alongside Evan Amazon. We always talk about how fortunate we are. And it really can't be underestimated how much effort these guys at ICRC put in. And they're always looking for volunteers, for camera operators, anything like that. And it's announcers too. It's a lot of fun to work with them.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've loved doing this. Glad I joined, and it's one of the things I look forward to every week, broadcasting as many games as I can. And like you said about Dean, I don't know how he gets the job done. Super impressive down there. He just has a whole truck to himself right now and putting together a great broadcast.
Yeah, he gets some alone time tonight, I guess. Maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. Matula's going to call a timeout.
I'd like to have some alone time from Ben Howell. It's kind of annoying me up here.
You know, it's funny how often I hear that from you, and you know, maybe I should take a hint.
Yeah, I mean, I can go solo the rest of the game.
2:33 to go. I don't know if you can do that. It's more difficult than it sounds, but Matula's going to talk it over with a 9-point lead. Are you interested in being an umpire? All Ohio softball umpire school. We got new online classes open to all, and OHSAA had a shortage of officials at all sports and all levels. So you know, they're really looking for more officials, especially in softball, some umpires.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes to go. You can see the intensity coming out, the timeout for this Princeton defense. Playing out in the Comets, kind of double teaming the ball, trying to force them to turn it over. They're just kind of content to pass around, and they will foul Parrish. That's Hill picking up the foul, so Parrish going to the free throw line for 2 as the Comets with a double bonus. And Comets will be content with that. Parrish, one of the better free throw shooters on this team.
Yeah, Parrish has really made a home at the free throw line so far in the 4th quarter, and like you said, that's not a bad thing for the Comets. She's able to knock down the first. He's 4 for 5 so far from the line in this 4th quarter alone. Double-digit leads back for Mason. And 2 for 2 trip for Parrish. The freshman's been really impressive tonight.
Yeah, Parrish now with 17, passes Oldacre for the most points by a Comet tonight. And it's really been the second half play where she's made her mark on the game.
Foul down low. That one's going to come on Rosano, I believe. And someone else who's no stranger to the free throw line, this time for the Vikings, it's Margot Abrams.
I think they called that one on Parrish, actually. It was both Comets kind of in the area. Abrams makes it first, cuts it to a 10-point Comets lead. As Dee Davis trying to get some more energy into her squad here.
Princeton's press. They started off the game in kind of a soft press, but when you're down by double digits, or 9 now, in the fourth quarter, you're going to need to be the aggressors a little more.
Good job by Rezig there, getting on the floor. She's been diving around all game, getting loose balls to the Comets. Another crucial one here with just about 90 seconds to go, saving the Comets' possession. Interesting no call there. Could have been charged or a block. Instead, it was neither. And foul on the Vikings. It's on Carter Hartley. Now the Comets will be going back to the free throw line.
Amanda Barnes doing a really nice job. We talked about how tough she was and taking a lot of contact there. So she really free throw.
And now Julius into the game for the Vikings.
With 1:26 to go, Princeton might have to speed up that fouling strategy a little bit. First free throw is no good from Barnes.
The Comets roll the defenders out past half court here as Princeton's going to roll the ball up, try to conserve as much time as they can. And Williams will take the long three, and that's good. Chole Williams did not go away. She has 21 out of the 44 for the Vikings on the night.
She's been quiet lately. In the first half, she had 16.
A big difference in the game. While the Comets were able to get the lead is Williams got a little bit cold from beyond the arc. That's a big one there, and Lozano now going to the free throw line. The double bonus.
That foul's on Abrams. And it's another one of those screen plays, a set play design. A lot of teams would call that a zipper. With 2 screens, she could have went around there. She decided to go around the right side. Lozano's knocks down her first.
Yeah, we've really emphasized the importance of free throws, but free throws just get more important as you get deeper into the game. And the Comets kind of been stepping up this fourth quarter, hitting some more free throws. Lozano knocks down a pair to get the lead back to 9.
And they haven't been too efficient in the fourth quarter, but it's once again just all the attempts they're getting, doing a really nice job of drawing fouls. A lot of people discredit free throws, kind of like, oh, the other team bailed you out, but it takes a little bit to draw a foul as well.
You have to have really good footwork, patience in the paint. And sometimes if you go for a foul and not even make an attempt to score, then the refs won't call it when you're just looking for the foul. You got to look to score if they call those fouls.
Timeout is going to be taken by Mason as Princeton's press got to him a little bit. 26 seconds to go. They still got a 9-point lead and a couple of free throws here with icing.
Yeah, at this point, if we're being honest, it's kind of already done. I mean, you've seen crazier things like Reggie Miller, hitting like 4 threes in like 15 seconds, whatever that was for the Pacers back in the day, but the Vikings will certainly need a miracle at this point, especially with the Comets ball. They're going to get fouled. They'll hit some more free throws. If Princeton misses, then I'm sure they'll just be content to let the clock run out.
You reminded me of the Texas A&M Northern Iowa game, tournament game a few years ago. I believe Northern Iowa was up, like what, 11 with about a minute left to go, and Texas A&M came back, and I can't remember if they forced it to overtime or I don't even think they needed overtime.
I think they forced it to overtime.
Well, they got the win nonetheless. So like you said, crazy things happening, but
not many of them though.
Yeah, 26 seconds, not a lot of time.
Yeah, the Comets should be fine here. They don't turn the ball over.
Princeton fans getting up and walking out of the building as they kind of agree with us. This one's about over. There's Barnes.
And Barnes gets fouled as she goes up with 18.9. So 2 more for the Comets at the free throw line. Barnes on the night in double digits with 10 points. Trying to add to her total. Really, a big difference in this game was Oldacre staying out of foul trouble. She had 3 early in the third quarter, and she didn't pick up any fouls in the second half.
And you may be saying, she's not even the leading scorer on this Comet team tonight. The amount of attention she draws when Mason's on offense and how much you have to key on her opens it up for a lot of other offensive threats for Mason. And the clock runs out. Comets take first place in the GMC. Rob Matula hits his team there, 54-47. Victory over the Princeton Vikings. We saw some star players tonight. Soleil Williams and Kyla Oldacre, Maddie Parrish all went at it. But at the end of the night, Mason comes out on top, 54-47. Thanks for joining with us. Dean Lowry's the director, Harper Stoll and Adam Little behind the camera. I'm Ben Haller alongside my partner, Evan Amazon. Thanks for watching this ICRC production.